for them versus taking every time something bad happens, like, hey, I lost money in the stock market and I want to go find someone to blame for that.
I think that blame is an emotional reaction, but I think a lot of people are capable of putting the emotional reaction aside and asking the more important logical question, which is who's responsible? I think what Sachs asked is, hey, I just want to know who is responsible for these things. And Friedberg, you're right. I think there are a lot of emotionally sensitive people who need a blame mechanic to deal with their own anxiety. But there are, I think, an even larger number of people who are calm enough to actually see through the blame and just ask, where does the responsibility lie? It's the same example with the Zantac thing. I think we're going to figure out, how did Glaxo, how are they able to cover up a cancer-causing carcinogen sold over the counter via this product called Zantac, which tens of millions of people around the world took for 40 years, that now it looks like causes cancer? How are they able to cover that up for 40 years? I don't think people are trying to find a single person to blame, but I think it's important to figure out who's responsible. What was the structures of government or corporations that failed? And how do you either rewrite the law or punish these guys monetarily so that this kind of stuff doesn't happen again? That's an important part of a self-healing system that gets better over time.
Right. And I would just add to it, I think it's not just lame, but I think it's too fatalistic just to say, oh, shit happens. You know, statistically, a train derailment's going to happen 1 out of, N
I'm not
times.
brushing it off.